What's up, everybody? Hoping you're all doing well. This is your girl, Christine Kavanda. I am back again with a very interesting video. As usual, guys, this is a channel where you learn different tips on how to handle different situations. It's a cool morning. If this is your first time that you're learning to this channel, feel welcome. Karibu sana. We love you people, and please consider being part of this family by tapping the subscribe button. Kindly subscribe, be part of this family. And for the returning subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for even coming back to watch my videos. I really appreciate. And today I want us to talk about something most of us parents we ignore so much. And what I'm about to talk about, the most affected team is the children who are born in town. Those who are born in shacks, at least they are not highly affected by what I'm going to talk about. But those who are born in town, oh my God, as parents, it's like we have failed in one way or the other. And I would like to talk to our dear parents. This is the high time that we need to take our positions as parents. I'm not saying that we have not taken our positions, but especially those who are in town, the children who are being born in town, mostly they don't end up knowing all the relatives from both sides. That is from the father's side and from the mother's side. And when I talk from the father's side, I talk of even each and every child. It doesn't matter that you're being brought up by a single parent or by both parents, but it is very important for a child to know the two sides of the parents, that is the relatives. And I'm saying this because I've seen a case whereby a brother and a sister got married. That is, a brother marries a sister. And how did it happen? The father gets a child outside, that is the sister, a girl, and when he gets married on the other side, he also gets a son. And then what happens? Because these two people don't know each other, it came a point whereby they came to know each other, and they became friends. They started a relationship until the relationship grew and the girl became pregnant. And when the girl became pregnant, and now it is the time to introduce my fiancé, that I want to get married, that is the time they came to realize that they are a brother and a sister. And you can imagine where the relationship has reached. They have become friends. They have been friends for the long time, and they have even gone to an extent of getting pregnant, and now they're expecting a kid. And now you start telling them, you know what, you guys, you cannot get married because you're a sister and a brother. You can imagine the kind of inconveniences that you cause to these kids who are not aware before that they are a brother and a sister. So who is to be blamed here? Me, honestly, I'll say that the parents did not play their part well, because if you're a man and you're sure that maybe you have like children outside and you know them, it is very important to mention that to your family so that you avoid such kind of scenarios. Of course, it's a serious situation, and there is nothing that can be done, because of course the child must come. I cannot tell them to kill the kids, because the child must come. The child must be brought up, and we must make sure that the child is not affected by that situation. And so to avoid all this situation, we don't need to beat around the bush. If you know you are a man and you have children outside, just speak it out. Let your kids know. Look, your cousins, just ask yourself, how many of your cousins have you introduced your children to? All the relatives, the uncles, the far relatives, you need to make sure that as parents, we introduce our children to them. It might not be 100%, but at least 75% of our relatives, we need to let our children know, especially those who are born in town. I'm also challenged because even my kids don't know, especially actually not even, it's from both sides, they know like 30% of my relatives. And you can imagine if now one time my daughter comes and tells me I want to get married, and the person that is introducing me to is either my cousin or even my first class cousin or even my far cousin. It's so embarrassing. And whose failure is this? This is us parents' failure. So at any given point, we need to introduce our children to our relatives. Hata kama tuko town, even if we are here in town, please, at least we should be making, at least, hata kama ni once in a year, let the children go home, let them interact with the relatives, let them talk, so that they can know each other, to avoid these scenarios of children getting married to their relatives. We've seen cousins getting their cousins' children. Why? Sometimes it happens because sometimes we see cousins going joking here and there, but we need to let our children know that that only thing is not supposed to be shared with the relatives. Actually, even the Bible does not allow that. Don't go sharing everything with your relatives, because at the end of the day, you get your cousin's son or your cousin's daughter, that is, you get a child with your relative, and it will not come out well. It's not the best way, and this can be avoided through communication. Parents, let us not hide things from our kids. You as a parent, it is your responsibility to make sure that your children knows your relatives from both sides, from both the father's side, from the mother's side. Please let us not assume this, because I've seen things happening, and it is because of us parents' failure. If I don't introduce my kids today to my relatives, please, anything can happen, and who will be blamed? Of course, I can't go blaming the kids, like those two, a sisters and a brother, like that, a sister and a brother. I cannot go out blaming them. The only advice that I can give them is, if they are not able to separate, because sometimes you've gone very far with the relationship, you know each other, even dropping, telling them to stop, to drop, I don't know, because they are already used to be together. Maybe they have used to be sleeping together. They have done all those things together, and then you are here telling them to separate. It's like telling a wife to separate with a husband, and now wajakosana. You can imagine such a situation. So to avoid this, because what I would advise those people is to focus with their future. That is the only way out, nothing else. Focus on your future, because it is more important than your past. If we don't inform them the consequences of sleeping with cousins, the consequences of sleeping with brothers, because we've seen even brothers and sisters, they do it as a joke. Wanafanya kama ile kamchezo kapaka na panya, you leave them in the house, then kidogo kidogo ndio how they are trying to do their funny things, and sometimes it might even make the lady to get pregnant. But if you don't tell them the consequences of sleeping with each other, like a brother and a sister, like sleeping with cousins, they might do it as a joke, but at the end of the day, upate somebody amepata mtoto wa the cousin. But all this can be avoided through communication, through information that you guys give them, or the information that we give them. So as parents, let us not be ashamed. Be as open as you can. Autachapwa. If I tell my daughter today, if you sleep with your cousin, it is an abomination. What is wrong with that? If I tell my daughter that going out at this age is wrong, what is wrong with that? Because all what I believe is that information is power, and it's very important. Let us communicate. Let us be very open to our kids. Let us make them know what is wrong, what is right, by not hiding anything. If it is the issue of sex, let them know that if you go joking out with sex, this can happen. These are the consequences. Let us not assume. Let us not assume that these are kids that don't need to be informed. I'm telling you guys, we need to inform our kids. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you love it, please share. Let people know that we should communicate. We should let our children know about our relatives. And from me, guys, I love you so much.